She didn't want to let go of my hand. Not at first. We stood in the hallway beneath a flickering ceiling light that made her shadow quiver, like it was breaking into pieces. Her fingers clung tighter to mine, the same way they used to when she was small and storms scared her. But there was no thunder tonight, just a locked door. Just her voice, low and trembling. "Daddy, I don't want to go in there." I crouched down slowly until my eyes met hers. Wide, shiny, too still for a child. The kind of stare that comes from seeing too much too soon. "Why not, sweetheart?" Her throat moved, but she couldn't speak right away. Then, just above a whisper, "Look under Mommy's desk." I turned my gaze to the door. The lock wasn't anything serious. I had installed it myself. Cheap brass, the kind you get at a local hardware store. I pulled the key from my pocket, slid it in, turned it. The door opened. What hit me wasn't the smell or sight. It was the air. It didn't feel like walking into a room. It felt like stepping into someone's confession. Beneath the desk, 2 wine glasses rested on the floor. Both were still partly filled. One bore a lipstick stain, subtle, unfamiliar, a shade I had never seen her wear. The other had smeared fingerprints, large. Mayo, nervous. She had said she was working late. Research deadlines, grant proposals. She'd been so specific with the lies. Too specific. The top drawer of her desk was left slightly ajar. I nudged it open. Inside, 2 plane tickets. Destination, Milan. One way. Departure in 4 weeks. Neither ticket had our names. She'd used our daughter's birthday as the password to hide them. At the doorway, my daughter stood still, staring at a rug stained by red wine. The silence that settled between us was thick, suffocating. I gently closed the drawer, didn't speak, didn't raise my voice. Just held my daughter's hand and stepped back, closed the door, locked it again. I slipped the key into my pocket, like it was a buried truth I wasn't ready to face. Not yet. I started watching her. She never caught on. When she showered, she left her phone on the counter. I cloned it. Every message, every image, every call log. I mirrored it all. He was married, had kids. Her colleague on a recent publication. A collaboration she'd said was unavoidable. His texts arrived at night, long messages. He called her brilliant, irreplaceable, intoxicating. I studied his patterns, his family, their vacation plans, their daughter's school, their routines. I filed it all away with cold precision. At dinner, she poured wine into glasses from a new set, said she'd gotten them on sale. I counted. 5 glasses in the cabinet. Sets come in 6. The 6th was still beneath her desk. Overbaked salmon. She smiled at me, told me I looked worn out. I said I'd been having vivid dreams. Dreams filled with locked doors and things waiting behind them. She gave a soft, rehearsed laugh, but her right eye twitched barely. That's when I knew she was starting to suspect. Not the whole truth, just enough to worry. The envelope came a week later. The DNA results. I already knew what they'd say. Still, I peeled it open slowly, like unwrapping an old wound. Not mine, not even close. I sat in the dark, the paper lit by the lamp's low glow. In the next room, she laughed at some late-night comedy show, sipping whatever truth she was drowning that evening. I stood, walked over, and placed the envelope in her hand without saying a word. She opened it, still grinning. The smile died fast. No gasp, no pleas, just silence, so thick it almost breathed. She looked up, face drained, lips parted. "You knew?" I didn't speak. Didn't need to. By morning, I had packed our daughter's things, quietly. Every drawing, every tiny sock, every cherished thing created under the shadow of betrayal. My wife sat at the kitchen island, staring. Her mascara had smeared into tired streaks. She reached out once. I stepped back, like she was something contagious. "You're not taking her," she whispered. I placed the custody documents on the counter. Signed, notarized, final. Beside them, a folder photographed screenshots, travel records, the DNA test, and a cover letter from my attorney. Full custody. Immediate hearing scheduled. Her lawyer had already been notified. She stared at the papers like they were written in a language she used to know, but had forgotten. You planned this. I met her eyes. I executed it. I left the front door wide open behind us as we walked out. Let the chill drift in. Let the silence wrap around her like consequence. She called me 3 times that night. I didn't answer. The voicemails cracked with emotion. She kept saying sorry, like it could erase what she did. I deleted them without listening to the end. My daughter slept next to me, curled up tight, small, trusting. Once in the quiet, she asked, "Is Mommy okay?" I told her the truth. She will be, eventually. And I meant it, but I didn't care. Not anymore. Some doors are better left closed. But once you open them, you never forget what you find hiding inside.